How it works, microscopes. To start off, there are three types of microscopes: the simple microscope, the compound microscope, and the electron microscope. This video will focus mainly on the compound microscope. So, what is a microscope? Microscopes are instruments that magnify images so things that will otherwise be invisible with the naked eye may be observed. Compound microscopes have two or more lenses in a long tube. Separately, each lens has a relatively small magnification, but combined, they produce a greatly magnified image. The first lens is called the objective lens, and the second lens is called the eyepiece. The light rays from the bulb at the bottom of the microscope travel through the glass stage and into the objective lens. Then they're refracted from the objective lens through the eyepiece and finally into your eyes. Now let's look at a ray diagram of this. Light from the object is refracted through the objective lens. Since the object is beyond the principal focus, its image is also beyond the secondary focus and larger than the object. This real image projects incident rays that are refracted through the eyepiece lens. Since the image is between the focus and the lens of the eyepiece, it produces a large virtual image. This virtual image is what the human eye sees when it looks inside a microscope. History of the microscope. Before compound microscopes, there were simple microscopes. These microscopes consisted of one lens and were incredibly small and could magnify objects up to 10 times. Tony van Leeuwenhoek, however, was able to construct simple microscopes that were capable of magnifying up to 500 times, far beyond anything of his age. However, the limitations of the simple microscopes was clear to scientists, and they worked on making a more practical microscope. This is where the compound microscope comes in. Its inventor is subject to much debate, but generally credit for the invention is given to Zacharias Janssen. Regardless of the inventor, the first compound microscope worked much like a modern microscope, two lenses and a tube working together to produce an image. In 1670, Robert Hooke further improved the compound microscope. He was also the first to discover the structure of plants, chambers of which he called cells. From then on, not much happened until the 1800s, where Carl Zeiss and Ernst Abbe perfected the compound microscope. Their designs became the standard for microscopes of his time and the blueprint of all modern microscopes. The solution that optics discovered for the old age problem of seeing extremely small objects is an effective one. Compound microscopes are small, relatively cheap, and do the job flawlessly. Overall, they are a perfect solution.